Have you ever pointed at something and asked, how is it called? Or maybe you've said, how do you call your dog? And you got a strange look in return. This is one of those mistakes that lots of English learners make. And the reason is simple. How and what don't do the same job in English. Let's break it down and fix it properly. Let's start with the most common one. How is it called? Now here's the important thing. Many English speakers will usually understand you, but it's not natural English. The correct question is, what is it called? Why? Because when you're asking for the name of something, you use what, not how. For example, what is this called? What do you call this in English? What's this thing called? How is about method or process, not identity. So when you say, how is it called? It sounds like you're asking about the process of naming, not the name itself. Think of it like this. What is for information, identity, name. How is for method or process. That small difference makes a big change. Now let's look at another classic mistake. How do you call your dog is wrong. What do you call your dog is correct. These two sentences mean very different things. What do you call your dog? This means, what is your dog's name? For example, what do you call your dog? We call him Max. Perfect and totally natural. But how do you call your dog means, what method do you use to get your dog's attention? So the answer would be something like, I shout his name. I whistle. I use a treat. It's not wrong grammatically. It just means something completely different. This is why learners sometimes get confused reactions. The grammar is fine, but the meaning isn't what they intended. Let's quickly clarify when how is correct. You use how when you're asking about a process, a method, a way of doing something. For example, how do you make this? How do you say this word? How do you call a taxi here? In that last example, you're not asking for the name of the taxi. You're asking about the method, an app, a phone call, waving your hand. That's the key idea. Now let's look at another pair that causes a lot of confusion. How do you think? Wrong. What do you think? Correct. In English, we almost always say, what do you think? This asks for an opinion, a judgment, an idea. For example, what do you think about the new manager? What do you think about this idea? How do you think sounds strange because it asks about the mechanism of thinking, not the opinion. The only time how do you think works is in very specific philosophical contexts like, how do you think the brain processes information? But in everyday conversation, if you want someone's opinion, always use what. Let's put all this side by side. What is it called is for asking for a name. How is it called is incorrect and unnatural. What do you call your dog is for the dog's name. How do you call your dog is the method that you use. What do you think? Asking for an opinion. How do you think? Usually incorrect in everyday English. Once you see the patterns, it becomes much easier. So remember, use what for names, information, and opinions. Use how for methods, processes, and ways of doing things. This is a small change, but it makes your English sound much more natural and confident. Now your turn. Have you ever used how is it called before learning this? Write one correct example using what in the comments below. If this video helped you, hit the like button and subscribe for more clear, practical English tips. You can also find more videos like this on our channel. See you in the next one.